Alright everyone, welcome back to the second session for today's class. For the first session, we have already learned some important keyword about SPAR, right, from the blueprint lesson. And in this video, we are going to look at one content from the Writing Break 3 book, which is writing sentences with a subject. So the topic that we are going to explore today in this video, we will look at the art, right? Something related to art. So in this particular point, you need to complete the sentences with the right clauses from the book. From the box, right? So here we have 4 boxes. Each box has 1 clause. My question is, can you identify the type of clause that you see in the box right now, everyone? Here, while it is being fired, while it is being dried, while the wheel is spinning, before you start making pottery. These clauses, can you tell what type of clause they are, right? We learned about the adverb clause already, but there are many type of adverb clause, right? The clause of reason, the clause of result, clause of manner, clause of time, right? So which are one or which type of clauses they are? Sure, the correct answer is these are the time clause, right? Because it used to talk about the time. We have the word while and the word before. Even if we are studying the grammar point, we also need to understand why you study all those grammar points, because you will need those grammar point information in order to apply to all this type of lesson. In this video, we talk about art, alright? So the art of making potteries, which you will need to use these clause from the boxes in order to complete the information in the reading passage here. Okay, so let's start the reading here. Are you familiar with the process of making pottery, right? So we talk about pottery here. So number 1, you have to prepare some basic tool and material. So which one? You need to prepare some basic tool and material while it is being fired? No. While it is being dry? While the wheel is spinning? Or before you start making pottery? So the correct answer is the box number 4, or the last one, which is before you start making pottery. Okay. So here is the correct answer. Why I know that? Because it is the truth. When you start doing something, you need to prepare a tool and material to do that. Okay, so this is the first answer. You basically need clay, shaping tools, and water. A wheel is also an important tool, but it is not necessary if you want to make simple pottery. Okay. Number 2, when things are ready, you have to do weighing first. Weighing is the process of removing the air from the clay. You can weigh the clay using your hand or a machine. So here the word weighing, they have the picture to demonstrate you how it is done. Okay, passage number 3. You can make a shape out of the clay using different techniques. You can do it with your hand, or you can use a turntable called a wheel. You can put the clay on the wheel and make the shape you want. So which one that you can put here? We have while it is being fired, while it is being dry, while the wheel is spinning. So to decide which one to complete here, you need to look at the general context of the passage number 3. What is the writer talking about? They talk about different techniques, and what tool they use is a wheel, which means a turntable that you can put the clay on the table and it turn around to make the shape you want. So the correct answer should be while the wheel is spinning. Okay, let's copy it here. So this is the correct answer. Sorry. Okay, while the wheel is spinning is the correct answer. Let's move on to paragraph number 4. The shape clay should be dry in the air. So you can do many additional things such as painting or decorating to the pottery. So the quick information which is dry in the air. So here, while it is being dry, right? Or while it is being fire, what can you do? You can draw on the pottery while it is dry or it is being fired. So the first information come into my mind, it should be while it is being dry. When the pottery is dry, you can draw on it. Okay, so here is the correct answer. Let's move on. When it is completely dry, it can be glazed. Glazing is a process of coating some special material on the surface of the pottery and making it gas and waterproof, right? Then the pottery is fired at high temperature. It gets hardened and straightened, and the color changes. Okay, so it is something related to fire. It should be the last one. Okay, put it here. So the pottery is fired at a high temperature. It gets hardened and straightened, and the color changes while it is being fired. Okay, let me save it anyway. The finished pottery can be used for many different purposes. Alright, everyone, this is the lesson that we study about pottery. Why it is called art, right? Because you simply draw something on it, you simply design it to fit the different culture. So it is a part of art. Because if we look at the pottery in Cambodia, it made by Cambodian, actually it must be different from those who are made in China or in Vietnam, because we have a different culture, we have a different test of how the product that we use should look like. So actually we have a different shape, different size, different pictures, different color on the pottery. That is why we call it is the art. Okay, all right, everyone, so that's it for the first point. Now let's move on to the last point, which is building paragraph. So after you read a few information there, let's do this last exercise. So this last exercise, you need to complete the sentences with the right clauses or part of clauses from the book. Okay, so let's figure out all together. The history of making pottery dates back many centuries. People started making pottery, okay, while they were moving around to different places. Although there are some basic material and common steps when they settle in one place and start farming. So what is the correct answer? While they were moving around to different places, if you cannot decide, look at here. They couldn't make or carry pottery because it's too heavy and breakable. Okay, so the correct answer is people started making pottery while they were moving around to different places. Okay, or when they started in one place and start farming. So I think, okay, just what I think, the correct answer should be the first one, which means when they moving around to a different place. The information to back up this is they couldn't make or carry pottery. So I think this one should be the correct answer. Let's move on to the second one. They couldn't make or carry pottery because it was too heavy and breakable. So here, when they settle in one place and start farming, or what is it? Okay, they couldn't make or carry pottery. Actually, people start making pottery when they were moving around to different places. But when they move from one place to another place, they couldn't make or carry pottery. Although there are some basic material and common steps because it was too heavy and breakable. Okay, so can you think of the correct answer? Which one? While they were moving around to different places. Let's think all together. The history of making poetry that back many centuries. People start making poetry, or when they settle in one place and start farming. Okay, I think this should be this one. While the other information, when they settle in one place and start farming, is supposed to be the first one right here. Okay, so does it make sense? People started making pottery when they settled in one place and started farming. Okay, they couldn't make or carry pottery while they were moving around to different places because it was too heavy and breakable, right? It's correctly fit here. Okay, 7. Ancient poetry was very simple, but over the century, poetry has been developed into various styles. Different countries and places have their own style of poetry, although there are some basic material and common steps. Okay, so this is the correct answer. Okay, sorry. I need to copy this again. Okay, so this is the correct answer here, should be put here. All right, so everyone, I think you can see the whole process of doing all of this. So what are the important things about this lesson is to help you decide to use the adverb clause properly. So everyone, I hope you can complete this exercise in your book by yourself, which they are on page 74 and 75. So everyone, that's it for today's lesson. Thank you very much for paying your attention with me. Thank you.